Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl SharonAde, and today I'm back with another video, guys. So this one is very special. I'm so excited. I'm really excited for this one. Guys, we want to introduce yourself. We have the boys.
Who are we starting with?
You obviously we'll go from right to left. Yeah.
I am Fadilomo.
YK1 Kizzy on the ground.
I know that's right.
My name is Opeyemi. I'm from.
Boy, bye. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the intro. How are you guys today?
I'm good.
How do you guys feel to be here?
I'm excited. I'm
Let's change the
good.
scenery and that, man.
Something different, you know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with change.
Yeah.
First, I want to say thanks for having us as well.
Yeah, thanks for having us too.
Thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys
And it
for.
shows the growth over the years as well. You know what I'm
It
saying?
really
Yeah.
does. I was
Really
literally telling Chanel that remember when we were filming in her house and would have to like connect my phone to the TV,
Yeah.
and then so that when my storage was full, we could see it on the TV, and then
Exactly.
we'd go
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Yeah,
We went
treacherous
through a
times.
lot.
But I actually really appreciate you guys coming here. I'm really excited today. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but we're gonna go. How have you guys been?
In general.
Good.
Yeah, good, great.
I mean, life
Thank God.
can't complain. Like,
Can't
you know what I'm
complain.
Yeah.
Grateful.
Any updates on what's happened since the last time? I know you guys have a lot of updates.
Last night, I've been on channel.
Yeah.
I grew a beard.
I'm starting to grow my goatee and that, you know.
saying? Mine's actually starting to connect.
Oh wow.
Yeah, come on.
Maybe
come on,
maybe
I'm
after
very
another
proud of
5 years time, we will see how the beard progresses.
that. Yeah, hopefully.
And you guys have started businesses. You guys are no longer boys now, like you're men.
I think we've been men though.
Oh,
I always felt.
I mean, yeah, to an extent, but obviously we've gone through a lot over the years.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
We've applied it to our businesses and things like that. So, like, these are businesses that, like, yeah, we've established now, but we can see can actually be going on into the future and things like
Yeah.
that. Whereas when we're younger, obviously we were already thinking on the entrepreneurial thing and whatnot, but never really established anything that could actually we could see in the next 5-10 years
Yeah.
would be successful.
nah, I feel like every time I see you guys, I'm just like, I'm so proud because again, we just see from the trenches days to like now. It's honestly so good to see, and I'm so proud of you guys. But, you know, when I
But
hear
what
from
you call it? Are we entrepreneurs or are we self-employed?
oh, I saw that.
What you get?
I saw that.
What's the word?
There's a difference, you know.
Because I think the guy said that an entrepreneur can go 3 months and his
Yeah.
business will survive, but you just created a new job for yourself
Yeah.
with what you're doing right now. So he said, don't be so quick to call yourself
Just
an
an entrepreneur. Yeah.
Call yourself self-employed.
Self-employed, or if you are an entrepreneur, call yourself an entrepreneur. Do you get?
I
But as I said, I would have called myself an entrepreneur before I even made my first business or even thought of the first business concept because I knew, like, you kind of have to think like the person that you want to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
So obviously I knew
I like that.
as a kid, even when I was 13, 14, that yeah, I'm gonna have a couple businesses. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
You
just
spoke
one
into
thing,
existence.
You know, exactly.
Yeah.
And an entrepreneur, I feel, is just a businessman that can like run a couple businesses and run it efficiently. Obviously, I'm still learning. There's still things that like challenges that I'm facing even to this day, but like I'm embracing all those challenges, and you know what I'm saying, I'm excited for the future.
I actually wouldn't even call myself an entrepreneur, you know. So
What would you call yourself?
I just independent man. Because like entrepreneur is like it's like,
It's Henge.
do you know what I mean? Like if you make music, are you a rapper? If you take
Oh.
pictures, I'm just saying like it's fair. If you take pictures, are you a model? Like you get me? I'm not saying like this level, so like it kind of depends on when you want to call yourself. I don't want to call myself. I wouldn't even want to. Like I don't know if there's a different like maybe umbrella term in it.
Would you say
hear
you're
that though.
limiting yourself?
By not calling myself one. You can
Yeah.
still do it and not call yourself one. Like. I
True.
think the main thing is I think self-sufficiency is the word I'm looking for.
I hear it, but I kind of hear what Fati's also saying because I think it's also like, I know like a lot of influencers, if you see when they're like talking about themselves, they do like influencers, they're like, let me not address myself as that. But like, at what point do you actually like own it and be like, do you know what? I know that's
Yeah.
right.
That like
I don't-
I'm that.
I probably have reasons, but I don't. You can leave that to other people to say. Like, do you know what I mean?
You point that, bro.
What?
Mom pointed. You pointed.
What? You,
Whoa,
it's not, you know,
the
that's
full
what I'm
audience.
saying.
The full right.
Yeah, like I think just my mindset and stuff. Just focus, do what you're doing, and then like anyone off the label comes to you, embrace it. Don't really like go out your way to say it. Like for me,
Yeah.
disclaimer.
For you, no, we're hearing. And you
Shining.
said something about mindset. I want to go on. You said mindset. How has your mindset changed since like that time? Because I remember back then we used to do a lot of like, oh, if you cheated on your 10 years, are you staying? And like I know you guys be like, yeah, come on. Da, 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 da. Like how has like your mindset changed even in terms of like relationship women over the years? You guys are grown now. Do you know what I mean?
From back then, like a lot of people.
It's even more enhanced. Whatever it was before, just
Nah, but that's actually kind of it.
not because like you always have your principles.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and all you do is either you just go on your principles. I'll never
And
change
then
my
just
principles
elevate.
ever,
So it's
no
like
way.
from young, I'd say, obviously, as I said, there's a lot of opinions that I had that was just purely me and whatnot, and I couldn't care about what next man thinks. But nowadays, it's probably that, but elevated. Like I know who I am. I'm really true to myself in certain things. So it's like, if someone else has their opinion, I'll definitely take it in. I'm not going to be ignorant to that, but as I said, I still know who I am. I won't let
So
somebody
you
else.
guys are still, that's,
You know what I'm saying?
that's quite impressive. But the same, because I was expecting something different. I was expecting, you know, I was childish. Da, da, da. I was expecting like, you know, some. What about you, Faji?
I feel like
He's changed.
yeah, I've changed, bro.
Sure.
I've changed, but
Really?
I've changed. I feel like I've changed in a better way. I like to say I'm more focused now, and like I know what I want. And before, like I would say I probably didn't know what I want. Like I knew what I wanted, but maybe not the right route to go through. But now I feel like I have like the path is kind of there. Like I can see where to go, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And God forbid it don't work, but it might not work. But God forbid that from happening. But at least I have a direction, some kind of direction to go to. At least now. But yeah, and then I'm more true to myself, I feel like.
I
So
love that for you. So what changed? Like, how did you guys get here? To
we
be
drove,
true
innit?
to yourself.
Yeah.
I thought you meant how did we get here?
No. He said we drove. No. Like how? Like what changed? What clicked?
Life.
Was it COVID?
I even say like I'm not even in a place where things are clicking yet. You know what I'm saying?
It's always clicking.
But it's like
You just adapting, innit?
you just adapt.
Yeah,
you
I
just
feel like
adapt.
you just
is right.
adapt.
And when you're younger, you feel that obviously because you're young, and at that stage you're actually like really young, like on a teenager kind of thing. You can afford to make these mistakes, but now you're at an age where all your mistakes have repercussions. All your mistakes. Do you know what I'm
Bro,
saying?
not one gets left
Like,
unturned.
do you get me? So it's like everything you do, it has to be very calculated. You have to like move like in a certain way because a lot of things, and we're in a society where like a lot of things come back to you as well. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if it's not something illegal or something this and that, like if you done something now, in 2-3 years, somebody might come up and dig up your past. Do you know what I'm saying? True. Even just because you're at a different elevation or at a different point in your life. So it's like you always have to think on a long-term scale as opposed to just short-term thinking.
Yeah.
And that's probably what a lot of us were doing when we were younger. We're just thinking,
Yeah.
oh, what can I do now?
Now,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
very impulse movement.
Exactly.
Nothing very concrete, nothing very calculated. I hear that, but it's been great to hear the thing. So you guys are all men, right? So
I like to think so, you know.
Yeah.
Let me sit up a bit, Carl.
But honestly,
Are you
I feel
questioning
like
me?
I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, right? And he said something, and he was like, he feels like, you know, men are so pressured these days. Da, 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 da. Women
Yeah.
are this, that, and the other. And I was like, I know some men. Let me talk to them. What do you guys think about that? Like, what is it like for you guys in this like generation growing up, and you know, finding yourselves as men, and then obviously with social media, with women, and then there's also that aspect of trying to get your life. Like, talk to me.
I agree with him. I feel like men are pressured.
Pressured, really.
I feel like men are pressured, and it's just from social media. I think so. And I feel like it's not even just men alone. I just feel like everybody's pressured
That part.
to do different things. Like somebody might think that they're doing well, like for themselves, and then they might see someone else on social media doing something, and they might be like, "Oh shit, am I really doing well?" But that's just maybe someone else's journey. You just need to focus on your own journey. So, in terms of men being pressured, like obviously they're gonna see other, let's say like the guy has a girlfriend or something, and he's seeing other girls being spoiled by other men. He might feel pressured by that because he's like, he wants to do that too, but he's not in that situation now. And then on top of that, it's like, the girl might not be saying, obviously every girl wants to be spoiled. So she might send him, if it's the TikTok or a video or whatever. And then if he really cares about the girl, it's like, oh, right, like, I wish I could do that for my girl. But
Keyword, if he cares. So if he doesn't care.
but I feel like guys shouldn't really be pressured. They should be motivated from that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I kind of say the same thing, to be honest. It's like, obviously, there's a lot of pressures on social media. Social media is the biggest pressure these days now. But as I said, like, we kind of had a conversation even off camera that there's a lot of things on social media that's extremely fake.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can't really, like, depending on who you speak to, they might feel pressured. Like, if you ask me, does this post pressure you to do this? I'm going to say no, because as I said, I know what I'm on.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going. Do you know what I'm saying? People's, like time for success is a lot different. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I want to be, by the time I'm 30, 40, maybe even, like, late 20s, be on that billionaire status thing.
Amen.
Like that, you know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So it's
Yeah.
like,
Preach, nigga.
some people have just a different plan for themselves in life and things like that. So they might just not feel as pressured now because they're, I don't know, they're at war with themselves and not with the world, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know how that like
I'm trying to take that in.
it's like, as opposed to
Yeah, I agree.
what other
Like,
people are saying and
yeah.
things like that, you're not really taking that in, so you don't feel pressure that, like, in today's society from next man and things like that. But like, you're just at war with yourself, so you're just like, I need to go to the gym, I need to wake up
and
at
it's so
this time,
essential.
you know what I'm saying?
Going to war with yourself. I think, I think going to war with yourself is the hardest thing somebody can do, but it's one of the most pivotal things you can do. I think that really changes the trajectory of life. But because it's so uncomfortable, a lot of us avoid it. Do you know what I mean? Because you have to look in the mirror and you have to, like, strip back the layers. Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense?
yeah.
You have to be able to be like,
Take
oh,
accountability.
and that
That's the
thing is
hardest
hard.
thing for a lot of humans now.
What, sorry?
That's just it's one of the hardest things for a lot of humans nowadays. Is just to
Oh,
be
I
able
thought you
to
said
take
women.
accountability.
No, it is.
No, humans in general, like,
Yeah.
you get me?
True.
Man and female. Like, some people just either play victim or say, why is the world against me, this and that. Like,
But
in
it's
certain
like,
senses, everyone's given the same chance. Do you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? In certain senses. Now, obviously, some people have it harder because of their like,
different shit.
just where they live and
yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Like, we could even say being a minority group in this country, we might have it harder and things
Yeah.
like that. But there's black people in Ireland that's
I'm
been
making
successful.
it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
To get
So
And I feel
What's
like
your
all these
excuse?
things are just
what's my excuses?
Yeah.
Right? There's people at the top that have been in worse positions that we basically have all been in. Do you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
And I feel like I remember when Money May said something like that, like, oh, we all have the same 24 hours, and the whole world went upside down. And I was like,
Yeah.
I kind of agree with the girl. Like, obviously, I hear where people are coming from in terms of, like, oh, opportunities are different, but they are different. But it just, like, it depends on what you choose to, like, magnify. If you decide to magnify, oh, I can't do this because this is against me, this is against me, this is against me, then, of course, you're going to stay at the same level. But if you choose to be like, yeah, these things, I'm not going to ignore them. They are there, but I'm going to choose to rise above it. And I feel like a lot of us don't want to, like, rise above that statistic. We're actually okay being a statistic,
Exactly.
especially as black men as well. Like, I feel like you guys are more generalized, and, you know, the statistic is a lot harder on you guys. Even, like, just walking down and, like, somebody will see, I'm like, oh, that's a black guy. He's probably going to go and sell
Some people be
drugs.
cussing rude and that.
Do you know, do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like, nah.
So then, would you say that it is being a man? It is harder.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I do feel like being a man.
Why?
Yeah, so you want to take accountability. Why do I feel so? I feel like you guys, okay, in society, and even just in a home and stuff like that, you guys are the leaders. You guys are meant to be the ones to show us the way and stuff like that. So of course there's going to be pressure on you guys to get it right. Like, let's be so for real. If you guys don't get it right, we can't get it right. That's the truth. That's what I believe anyway. That's my truth. So if a man, that's my head, don't get it right, we all messed up. So I think that's why there's a lot of pressure for men to get it right. Especially coming from a generation that majority of them didn't get it right. Now we have to get it right. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is all part of, like, oh, we're always hearing this, oh, breaking generational curse, this is all part of it. And I feel like that's where a lot of, like, the pressures come from. And obviously you guys will say, oh, women want this. But I also feel like it stemmed from, like, oh, we saw this, so we don't want to replicate the same. And that's why, like, now it's like, if you don't have his bread up, if you don't have this, if you don't have this, if you don't have that, we gon'. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then that does tie into, you can actually say that men are pressured then.
Yeah.
And it's all your fault.
Oh, no. No, it's not our fault.
Word.
No, it's not your fault. But, like,
It's not our fault.
I think,
He's have like 90% of 90% of the reason why is women's fault.
Yeah, I was gonna say off what Faji said. I wouldn't. I don't think social media has the biggest pressure, or I don't think it should be. My advice for guys, I feel like it is to change it, and the biggest pressure should be yourself and the pressure you put on yourself. Because
I was speaking for the guys though, not me though.
For them man over there,
By the way, yeah, for them man over there though. Yeah, not me though.
In general, I think the best way to approach is if I think it's kind of what you're saying as well. If you just like set yourself the pressure, then it's almost like one, it's either you're letting down or you're exceeding your expectations.
Exactly.
Two, you actually. I remember some click time ago where I also thought social media was fake. Like people would actually can look like they're rich, and then you see them like
Bro,
they stink like they can't shower. Do you know what I mean?
I deep the like.
So once you like get that out of your head, and think that's something to like live up to or something, and you start setting your own thing to live up to, then life will be a lot better. It'll be more realistic, and you won't be.
Yeah.
Your like mood won't be like fluctuate like that.
Oh my god! And can we actually that is actually so true, because I know sometimes like there was a time on my algorithm, my TikTok for page, I'd be like, should I be a nail tech? Should I be a lash tech? Should I quit my job and go, like, because there was just so many, and you know those obviously days in the lives are so good because I do them. I'm not gonna comment, but you're seeing everybody's day in the life and it's so romanticized, and I'm like,
so
am I
fake,
doing
though.
something wrong?
It's just
Like, am I actually doing something wrong? And it does fluctuate.
Yeah, how you waking up? Yeah, how you waking up? How you waking up? And the camera's in front of you. Obviously, you have to get out of bed and then put that camera there and then go back into bed.
And then, do you know, to the point that like you have to even like yawn the aesthetic way? Bro, you can't really yawn the way you yawn.
Like, do you even yawn? Do you even yawn when you wake up?
Guys, yeah.
Do you get me? I don't even yawn. The thing is, I feel like there's nothing wrong with doing that, but I just feel like people should not get too lost into that kind of word. Like, people need to understand that obviously, like, cool, the video is nice or whatever, but you know, behind all of that, she had to do this, she had to do that, so it's not all perfect. She get.
And also, when the camera goes off, how's her life like?
How's her life like? She get. No cap.
Well,
I'm not saying it's bad.
I think everyone, like, people are realizing now that, like, with social media, at the end of the day, it is a platform. I'm someone that's like not really too active on social, but like, I still use it as a platform. So it's like,
if it's used right,
if it's used
Yeah.
right,
Very
if it's used
powerful.
right, and you're kind of, you have to be a creator at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
even if it's creating a character, even if it's creating a persona,
Heavy on
online,
creating a character.
you know what I'm saying?
Like, people forget that sometimes it's just
and then
my character.
It's just, you have to be able to differentiate that and who you are off camera and things like that. Some people get the two mixed up. That's where the problems kind of come in. You know what I'm saying? Because you're living this whole romanticized life, and it's like, bro, like, let's come down to the real world for a quick second, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you know how to balance the two, then you should be chilling. You should be
Okay,
good.
I have a question.
Talk to me.
You guys are hardworking men, as when you work for your money, you know, like legal stuff. You know what I mean? Do you guys feel like fraud boys are ruining it for you guys? Do you?
For us.
Yeah, like in terms of like, do you feel like the fake money is almost like,
If they're ruining or if they have ruined it.
oh, so you think they've ruined it completely?
Bro, to an extent.
Explain.
Actually, no, I don't. Because what fraud boys are doing, other men are doing legally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mars life.
What other men are doing? Other men are doing legally, and it also comes down to social media. You also see that on social media too. So whether or not he's doing fraud or not, he's still gonna post it. You're still gonna see it. So I wouldn't necessarily say it is. What was it again? If it's what?
They're ruining it.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say they're ruining it, but they should tone it down a little bit. That's
You
all
said
I
not
was
too
saying.
much.
Like, they should just tone it down.
Give us a chance.
Just like relax, bro.
Nah, but when you say ruining, what is it that they're ruining?
Like, just like, you see, I'm going to use Jada Waiter just because she's the, actually, no, he's not fraud boy. I don't know, who can I use? You know, like, when you see, like, fraud boys and, like, how they really go out and spend on their girl, like, how they really spoil their girl. And then, obviously, you're having your girl, like, as you said, sending you TikToks being like, yo, wagwan. Do you, like, that's what I mean. Do you feel like they're ruining it, like, making it almost seem like money grows on trees when you're like, I have to go
think
to
they're
work.
even helping us, man, because they're taking all the people, all the girls that I don't want. I want nothing to do with you. If that's what is your driving factor to be with me is the P's and all of that, man. By all means, go to the fraud boy. You know what I'm saying? I can't provide that for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
I won't ever provide that for you. You weren't there for me. You just went there for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where personally, like to each is their own. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's gonna have their crowd. Like for if you're an F boy and you're getting your bag in and this and that, just know your girl's probably not going to be a rider for you like that. You know what I'm saying? When all that money goes or whatever, it could be a situation where she's gone or whatever. So by all means, like, they can do their thing. I'll continue doing my thing. And I have my own riz as well, so I don't need money to, like,
I know that's
Let
right.
them know, bro. Let them know, bro, man.
Cool.
But I would say though, I feel like sometimes they be spoiling the wrong girls.
Expand.
I feel like some girls don't deserve to be spoiled.
Oh,
I'll be so real.
expand. Like you can't actually say that. And just
What
leave
you
it.
mean? Like, actually, what? You want me to start naming names, bro? But like in terms of like, the girls that they spoil, not all of them now, but some of the girls that they spoil may not even have money to their name, and they will start feeling entitled, right? So so if I'm elaborating now, I'm like, okay, let's say she's gotten used to this fraud boy lifestyle, and then her and the fraud boy don't last or whatever. But mind you, as she was in the fraud boy lifestyle, she didn't have a job, she didn't have anything, she was just relying on the guy. But then now they've left, and she now sees another guy, but she's used to that lifestyle. But she doesn't like, she hasn't worked on herself. She hasn't, she don't got a job. There's no ambition for her. She's not ambitious. So then now she's now coming to an ambitious nigga. Oh, can I swear?
You already did.
I already did it. And an ambitious guy, and she's putting pressure on him. Like, mind you, he's just trying to work on himself. He's trying to focus on himself. But she's coming to him like, oh, you don't do this, that. You don't provide for me. No, you don't provide for me, but oh, I need my nails done, or I need my hair done, like, every single time. Like, and she's not even trying to show any bit of effort. So that's why I feel like, oh,
You just described the bomb.
yeah, but sometimes fraud guys be spoiling bums though.
Fair.
But
Okay, so-
in that context, it's like if you're like a man that's on his bag or like, you know what I'm saying, not involving yourself in that kind of life, but you're still getting your P's up or you're trying to get your P's up or whatever, then if a girl does come to you, you should be able to know, like, and filter out like which is good and which is bad, if that kind of makes sense. Like as a man that's about his business and a man that wants to elevate to the next level, I am not gonna have a liability beside me. Like there will not be a liability beside me. Cause that's just gonna go off on me. Like I'm gonna become a liability. So I'm gonna like what I need beside me is a girl that knows that hard work is essential. You know what I'm saying? A girl that has core values. You know what I'm saying? Not a girl that's everything in this life that she's gotten has been gifted to her or has been handed to her. So as I said, it's your job as someone who you like. If like I see myself as a high value man, so as a high value man, I'll say this is who I'm gonna like surround like around me, as opposed to just someone that might look aesthetically pleasing. You know,
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
harder to find though these days. Like someone that
A
actually-
real one.
No, like someone that's an asset. Because loads of respectfully,
Oh, it's so hard to find, man.
loads of them are coming like liabilities these days. Respectfully.
Loads of women.
Yeah, man.
I can't relate.
I said loads of women. I didn't say like. one,
Okay,
two, three,
no,
you know?
I'm so sorry. Like, what do you mean?
In terms of being a liability. Well, not
Yeah.
even girls. Like guys can be
Because I'm
liabilities
so
too.
like, if I'm gonna say something, right? I'm so sorry to cut you off. I feel like if anybody's in their bag, if anybody's about themselves, and not even just in their bag, because money is not the only thing that defines women, unlike men. But we're going to get scared. If anybody's actually on their, it's women. I feel like every single time a woman dates, more time than not, women date down now. Yes, I don't. You can look at me whatever way you want to look at me.
I've never seen that in my life.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that in my
I
life.
can actually
You know.
swear to you on camera.
Women,
I said me. I've never
Women
seen
are
it.
dating
Women
down.
are dating down.
I've seen where like there's situations where girls actually date or bombs and like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't. You know what is? I don't like that bum word. You know.
no,
I don't know.
yeah.
No, I'll use it, man. I'll even abuse it, man. If you're a guy that's not getting up on his ass and taking accountability for not doing the right things, you're a bum. Like,
I
you know
hear
what I'm
it,
saying?
I hear
Like
it.
I know when I'm chilling, there's spurts or times where I'll be in my house for like 2-3 days and not do fuck all. Do you know what I'm saying? And I will feel like a fucking bum. Like I will feel like
You can swear, right?
Really sweating.
I will
That's
feel like-
swearing is.
It's
Comedy,
so
yeah.
much.
I apologize.
I'm so sorry,
I
guys.
apologize.
I swear.
Look, I
Wait,
apologize.
can we?
I'd rather not.
Rather
but
not,
he's
yeah,
swearing.
Sorry.
Believe anything I have in it. It's not like, look, I'll feel like scum of the earth if I don't move
Yeah.
for 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? There's certain man that will do that consistently for 6 months to a year.
they don't feel
And
nothing.
they don't feel nothing.
It's even
Do you know what I'm
normal.
saying? So by all
But I
means,
find
will
that
label
hard.
you as a bum.
I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Like there's guys that are really out there just doing nothing with themselves.
I
You show me right.
Yeah, Like, don't pretend it doesn't happen. Like, and that's the same way. I'm not saying there's girls that don't date down or like. Oh,
Yeah,
bad
but that's
stuff.
what I
Obviously
think
they-
majority women right now.
Can you give us an example of
No,
a
no, you can't.
no, like even like in terms of like influencers or celebrities, not like people you know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even just I feel like if anyone's more about what they're doing, it's women. Women are very much like, I'm going to heal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a job. I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to make sure I am that girl.
But did
More
they
than
really
men.
do it though?
What?
But is that still being an asset?
Or is it just saying it?
Is that still being an asset?
So what is being an asset to you?
Let me.
Helping you grow.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, you want to finish?
I'm sorry. Go on.
So basically, I see two types of people in life, like girls, boys, children, adults. By the way, so I'm not describing. I'm not discriminating. So there's assets and there's liabilities. Like you described, you can't have no one that's a liability around you. And like we just haven't talked about girls, but I promise you, there's men that are liabilities. Like you know,
Oh, of
stuff,
course.
Like, and they have to go.
A bomb,
You
like.
have to like. What is? That's what I'm saying. If it's girl, boy. If you have a kid, I promise you, my son's a liability, man. Yeah, that's the cut stuff. But obviously, it's on me as a dad to make sure he's not a liability, so that I have to take the win. But aside from that, like that's what I'm saying. Kids, adults.
But if your son is a liability, does that not tell on you as a
That's
father?
why I said it's on me to make
Yeah.
sure, like, and I won't let that happen. Like,
Period.
No way. But ties into those the difference of. So let's say you have like a friend around you that's a liability. Like, what's he adding to you? He's not like teaching you anything. He's not helping you in anything. It's not even financial. So I'm not even talking about the bag, like, because realistically, money is an object at the end of the day. Like, there's other stuff that are more intrinsic,
Important.
valuable.
Yeah.
Than money,
Of
for
course.
sure.
Teaching you stuff, helping you with stuff, helping you develop with stuff. That's why I said if a girl is not doing it, like stuff like that, she's essentially like she's a liability. Especially if she's even detracting, like you're not learning anything from her.
Man said.
Bro, she's not learning anything from her. She's just there, kind of like.
She's just
and you-
taking, man,
Bro,
like,
when you
it's
said like
fair.
she's just aesthetically pleasing, okay, you can snap on her, but like, what's
Is that it? Is that all you have?
You know,
Is that all you bring to the
Bro.
table, or should I say?
so at the end
I
of the
don't
day, like
wanna
that's
bring
nice
that
and
up
all,
though.
but it's not really valuable. Like,
Yeah.
it's not an asset. So
I
you actually
agree.
need people around. For you to grow, I think you need like assets around you.
I feel like it's hard to find. It's in this society, or nowadays, it's hard to find a girl that's an asset to you.
Yeah.
No, but also.
And to be honest,
being
where
an
are you
asset-
looking?
being an asset
So
is
well,
like a value.
look, me, I found my own. Oh. I found my own.
Man.
But for the people, for the guys, for my guys, just saying.
Oh, you're saying for OP?
What was it? Yeah, being an asset like is attached to like the value you bring. So like, I'm not sure. You said like something like where are you looking? Like you'd be looking like for someone to bring out. Like let's say you're looking for them to show the value in point A, but they can't show it in A, but they have value in B, C, D, E. Do you get what I'm saying? So they can at least
No.
bring value. You don't.
No, I'm not.
Wait, you don't
So
what?
smart.
Wait, what?
I don't. No, I don't.
So
understand.
obviously they can't provide value in one way. For example, let's just say you have a wife now and she can't cook. Let's just say that for example. So she can't. Like that's not valuable. That's not an asset in that sense. But
you can make tasty food.
that's what I'm saying.
So she
and it
can
might not be a
clean.
problem if she's doing value like BC there. She
Too
can help.
good.
She can teach you stuff. She's a good mother to your kids.
Yeah, I feel like that's
She
how a
helps you, like,
relationship
at work
should
or
be.
something like that. So at least she's providing value at that sense. So even though like she might not be valuable in terms of
I actually beg to differ. I really feel like there's a lot of valuable women out there. A lot.
But what are they providing the value? Because someone are only valuable like.
No, and I'm not honestly. This is
No,
like,
but
because
the
you guys
thing
are
is-
coming on a serious thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you guys actually being serious. I really thought this was going to be a joke.
No,
No,
Oh no, we can do joke.
because you guys.
Listen
I thought
up,
it was gonna
bro.
be a
Listen
joke
up.
episode, but you guys are coming on a serious and on a serious thing. This is the real me. This is not facade me.
Are you sure?
On a serious thing, I really genuinely believe that a lot of women are assets. I see it. I'm not even just talking about looks. I'm not just talking about I'm talking about as a woman. They're very. So when you guys are saying this, I'm genuinely shocked.
The thing is, yeah, there's a lot of girls.
Where are you looking?
There's a lot of
Where
girls
you
that
man
might
looking?
pose as assets.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying? But if at the end of the day, yeah,
They say that the price, for example, but like.
even forget the price side of things. Like there's girls that might pose as assets by like they might bring in the bag, they might know how to cook. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they're actually crazy and it's draining your
It's a
mind.
liability, I like.
That's a liability.
Yeah,
I'm sorry
fair.
to tell you. Do you get me?
Fair.
Like
But the thing is, no, because
Actually, fair.
no,
But
because
you know what? But then does that make them an liability?
I don't
It
think
does, 'cause the
so.
liability
But
can't
then
be
that
what-
contradicts what you say then.
What do you mean?
Because
Because
you said they're valuable in one way.
in one way,
but they, like, and
yeah.
I feel like you guys
Well,
are
like-
failing to acknowledge that everybody has their shortcomings. As much as you think you're such a high value man, which I do not doubt, or you are a high value man, but there's going to be some aspects of you that side eye, like proper side eye. But does that now diminish everything else that you are? And I feel like that's sometimes what is wrong with our generation. We're so quick to be like, oh, you're this, I'm going to get the hell out. But sometimes, is that nowhere like, if you're going to be so like valuable. Okay,
You
babe,
help
I
them.
noticed this in you. Let's be so for real. This craziness is a bit much. At first it started cute, but now you kind of scare me. Let's talk about it. Are you good? Work through it. I feel like that's where the real value comes in. Because you know what I mean?
Like willing to
Grow with someone and help them learn
Yeah,
and
yeah.
unlearn things. Because and I think that also kind of trickles back. There's something that men do, and I really, really, really dislike it. And it's like, oh, I need to be this, that, and the other before I go and enter a relationship. I love that for you. I really do. But what you guys also fail to understand is you're never going to be 100%. Even when you feel like you're 100%, something else will pop up.
What's this, and that?
I think, and the thing, that this, that, and that. Yeah, and the thing, the this, that, and that. It's never, oh, I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work. You see, yeah, I'm laughing. It's
No,
always,
it's true. They always say,
I need to get my bag up. Okay,
But
now
they
that you have a
do,
bag, but
but
you're a
you
bad
do.
person.
Yeah, yeah, I won't lie,
You're,
it's fair.
where do we go from there?
But you do need to get your bag up,
You
though.
do need to get, but it's not the only thing.
But what happens if they feel like that's the only thing that
They're
for?
going for the wrong girl. Like,
No,
Because you're-
no. As in they feel like they've healed and they have the other things, but right now it's just the only thing stopping me now is just the back. That's not to say that they don't have. I don't even know other examples other than healing and the bag. I'll be so real with you. But let's say they feel like they have the other examples and they feel like, okay, all that's left now is okay. Let me focus on the bag. Let me just try and get some bit of bread. I'm not saying they should become millionaires or
And
whatever.
some people can't. They can't even wink at you because they need to get the bag. Because if they close their eyes for that 1 second, the bag is gone.
I like that for them though.
But some people are so locked in that it's like,
It's this.
bro, you know when you're in like a focused state, like you're actually, sorry, in a flow state, it could go on for literally 6 months and you're literally just focused on something, but like the mind is so strong and you could honestly get distracted by the smallest thing and then mess up your whole flow state. Do you get it?
I don't
So,
disagree with you.
Certain people that might be on that kind of flow state might be seeing that, I like this girl, but I can't even go and do that because I know she will distract me from doing this or doing that. Even if she don't mean it, as a man, and if you like a girl, yeah, you're gonna want to do shit well. You're gonna want to give her attention, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna want to like stop this or cancel this so you can show her this, you know what I'm saying?
It's time for her.
Like that's the facts, but sometimes you just know in your head or in your mind that fuck, there's other priorities. Yo, you man, I swear a lot. It's part of my vocabulary.
Oh, your swears are henge, bro. What the fuck?
Hence, man, I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, but sometimes you might be thinking in your mind that, nah, like I actually need to do this because I have other things riding on me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's about finding balance, and sometimes it's hard to find balance.
It is sometimes, like I always say, I do believe that like not every time of your life can be very balanced. If we're going to be completely honest, because like Kizzy was saying something about like you know, sometimes you're like so distracted. I feel like that's me, and that's why right now I have to like be laser focused. But I do also see the fault in that in terms of you can't always have balance. Like I mean, you're not always going to be able to have the luxury of focusing on one thing in life. So where do you like? And I think.
But that's where balance comes in, though. Like I feel like life is really just about balance.
It is.
Like,
And unfortunately, I don't think a lot of us were taught balance.
yeah,
Especially, I don't
Yeah.
want to say, especially growing up in my house. And I think a lot of my friends, we've had this conversation. It's always, on school days, don't watch TV, da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile, I've spoken, like, I remember going to school, right? A lot of the people that were getting the 6-something points were the kids that their parents taught them, you're going to spend 3 hours doing your homework, and then after you're going to watch TV. But I feel like a lot of my parents were like, you have to pick one thing. You cannot da-da-da-da-da. And I feel like that's why we as a people lack a lot of balance.
but you know what it is? It's not got to do with balance, but I feel like in podcasts now, when we talk about our parents, I feel like we don't praise them enough. I feel like anytime we're talking about our parents, it's always on a negative thing, like, oh, like I want to be, my parents are telling me to be a doctor or this and that, but I want to be something else. But I feel like I want to say that your parents want the best for you. And you got to understand that they came from a different generation than what we're in now. Like, what we're in now, bro, you don't got to go to college to be a millionaire, to be successful. Maybe back then it was the same, but now it's like...
And like a lot of them still don't understand that fully. Do you get it?
Yeah, but I feel like at the same time, it's about being able to show them that, okay, I can do this without college. And if they still don't... Because them ones where it's like, a lot of people be saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And they don't end up doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't... Like, one of our biggest liabilities within ourselves is consistency.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people aren't consistent. So when you're telling your parents, oh, I don't want to go to college or I don't want to do this, they're probably seen as like a big shock, because back in the days when
It was
they
a
were
privilege to go.
you get.
Yeah.
So, like, long story short, I just want to say that we should also see that our parents want the best for us, and we shouldn't really see it as, oh, they're trying to, like, they're our enemy, like they're EPs, like they want us to succeed more time. So
I
yeah,
agree.
do you get me?
I agree. That's very valid, because sometimes it's like they didn't do this, but they did this. And
Yeah.
that's why you're who you are right now. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Facts. We wouldn't have half the resources or half the, like, just options if they didn't make that leap to come here in the first place or
Bro.
do something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you gotta just be grateful for
You
your
do.
Yeah.
You
know
do.
what I'm saying?
Even the upbringing and like the home training, like there's loads of principles and like core values and shit that shit.
You bit your tongue.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like there's a lot.
Yeah, a
oh,
lot of things. I
Yeah,
remember
like,
even
just
like
learn it.
in college, like I was like, oh, so if my mom did not say, come and sit down in the kitchen,
Bro,
I'll be
so
hungry
many
like this.
times.
So many times. And like, yeah, you're right. We do need to give them the
And I
props
feel
last year.
like now as we're getting older, like all the things that they've been saying, bro,
It's
it's coming to you, and it's
See
like
that, don't eat at that house.
I get it now.
Bro.
Yeah, it's fair.
I get it now. Like before it was like when you go to Auntie Sansan's house and she asks you,
You're
do you
like,
want to
"Why
eat?
we
You
go to
say
Auntie
no.
Sansan's house?" Yeah.
But then now you're seeing that what like these African aunties are doing and shit, and you're like,
It's
oh rah.
crazy, yeah.
And even like sleeping over
That's
and
what I was supposed to say,
sleeping
like,
over in
oh
other
my
people,
God.
See
bro.
the mad thing with some like family homes.
And it's like, and I think it's because obviously we were younger, so we'll be like, why?
Why?
Like,
And they
why?
wouldn't explain, yeah.
And they wouldn't explain to
Yeah.
us, but maybe it's good that they didn't explain to us back then, because maybe we would just be like, oh, they're
They're
talking
not
rubbish.
bugging.
But now it's like, I get it.
You
It's
learn
like,
yourself.
and they didn't, and as if they didn't even have to explain it to us. Like,
You kind of learn
Yeah.
from yourself.
yeah, you
Yeah.
learn it from
Yeah.
yourself. So it's like,
And I think even growing up, I think one thing I've also realized was these people were just human beings trying to make it work.
bro,
Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm thinking some of our parents really had us like when they were like 24, even sometimes 22. Girl, I could not imagine some of us having kids. Do you know what I mean? And they had humans and like they committed to themselves. I think it was on Mother's Day, and my friend and I were talking. We're like, can you imagine like this amount of years ago, these people basically lost their identity in terms of they became moms. They had to sacrifice everything for
Yeah.
us. So I think that's a very good point.
a lot of sacrifice, bro. I'll be
A
real.
lot of sacrifice for real.
Think it out. I started even thinking out.
Yeah. I think someone even said to the point that like you no longer call them their name. It's just mom, 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 mom. So outside of mom, who are you? And I was just like, rah.
Bruh. Yo,
Deep, you know.
So I was just like, rah.
Damn,
Yeah.
I said outside the mom, who are you?
You actually just know them as mom.
You know
Like,
them
I
as
remember
mom.
once my mom was on the phone, like talking. She was like, I was like, oh, who are you talking to? She just, just my friends from school. I was like,
You have friends.
Literally.
You have friends that you know? She even said they're gonna like catch up again. I said, you do that as well?
Yeah.
I
It's
was
crazy.
Like, I couldn't believe
Or
it.
even your siblings, you know. Bro, I didn't know my brother had friends, you know.
I came to pick my sister up from school, yeah. And I just seen her like just talking like in a classroom, and I said, wait, so you actually went to school?
Yeah,
No,
it's crazy.
literally.
So weird.
I think even yesterday I was coming back home with my brother, and he was telling me, "Oh, I have this person." I was like, "You have friends in school?" Like, and my brother's in college. I was like, "I thought you were a loner." Like, I just really thought like outside me, like, who the hell is your
Yeah.
friend?
It's weird, yeah. But you know what I want to do? I want to one day, just like follow my siblings around, just see how they do that day. Like, just like see them as like their main character in their own world, instead of just like their extra character.
Are you
in my
guys
own
all
world.
first children?
Nah, I'm actually
Nah, I'm
second.
second.
I'm middle.
I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest at home.
But
now.
I feel like, especially first kids, we just have this like bad thing. We just think everyone else lives in our world. We kind of forget that our siblings have like lives outside their own. So it's like, what do you mean you have a life? Do you know what I mean? And we kind of like, sometimes we just downplay the experience of like life because we just think, what do you know? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't lie, it's weird though. It's actually weird.
I'd
Literally.
even say even from like the younger sibling perspective, I'm so self-centered in this world.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
regardless.
Sometimes I even forget that, oh shit, my sister needs this, or she's going through this, or my mom's going through this and needs this, because I'm so focused on what like I need or what I need to provide.
Do you
for.
think that's a problem?
Definitely.
And obviously, as men, I feel like I would like to say I lift up men. I'm a man uplifter. I really believe in men. I try to
I don't
empower
think
you.
you are.
You don't think so? I think I try to empower you guys.
I don't. From the receipts are online.
No, I really.
Or is that your facade?
Well, no. Generally, I actually want to empower you guys. I feel like maybe my empowering is not rubbing you on the head and being like, oh, well done. I think my empowering is like, yeah, guys, you have stuff to do, so get it done. And but that's not just with you guys. I would do the same with my female friends. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, okay, guys, you know, it's okay. I do that on a one-on-one basis, but maybe not too much. But as like a way of empowering you guys, and I always say like, oh, man's mental health thing is so high, man. How are you guys like in terms of like that? Do you guys feel like you have friends? Because I know you guys, and talking to your friends is not a thing.
It
really
is,
and
though.
truly. Do you talk to your friends?
Of course.
And I'm not doing too well.
Yeah, like the thing is, that's what, like, going back to my earlier point in terms of you need assets around you. You know what I'm saying?
Friends is one.
Friends is the biggest thing, like, because your circle is going to determine who you are. Do you know what I'm saying? So I take a lot of attention to the like the people I have around me, if that kind of makes sense. Because if there's a situation where I'm down, I want you to even be able to come to me and tell me how exactly it is. Like Kizzy, you haven't been doing this, you haven't been doing that, you haven't been doing this. Get up and do it. If I say no, but get up and go do this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what was the question again? No one's all over the place right now, but like, what was the question on the quick thing?
Yeah, like friends, how do you speak to your boys? Like, do you speak to your boys?
Oh yeah, so in that context, it's like, I tell them what they don't want to hear.
Yeah.
And I kind of make it okay for them to tell me what I don't want to hear. And everyone's learning from each other. So,
See?
you know what I'm saying? We're all like speaking what's on our mind, saying exactly how we feel. As I said the other day, I cried in front of my boys. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, look, these are the people I want to grow up with. These are the people I want to make money with. These are the people I want to, you know what I'm saying, show my kids this is your uncles and stuff like that. Even though they're not blood and whatever. So if I can see myself in that like life with them, how can I not cry in front of them and like be vulnerable in front of my boys just because I want to do up macho man? Like, it don't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? So at that same time, it's like, for mandem's mentals and stuff like that, you have to be able to talk. You have to be able to have people around you that you can trust with that information as well.
That part.
Because a lot of the bottling in comes from the fact that I can't trust you with this information. You might go and tell this and this and this and that, and that might fuck up my whole, or that might mess up my whole shit. I'm sorry.
Like Faji did today.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
That might mess up
That
everything.
I'll explain that one later, bro.
But yeah, that's kind of like.
Okay, how about you?
Do I have friends? Or do I have friends I can talk to? Yeah, that thing is like, I don't know, man, because sometimes you just see something like you can think you know. So. Not it's happened to me, thank God, but just in general, like I'm someone that learns from like situations over there. I try to learn from it, but like you can see two people that think they know each other and like it's just not that. So,
Yeah.
I definitely do have people I can talk to, and I like to think I do. I'm just a bit hesitant.
I hear that.
Because niggas will snake
Do
you.
you know what I mean? Like, hopefully
can
not in
see.
it. Like, and that's not even at the front of my mind. But just like, if there's a way like I cannot, like, to be honest, yeah, I'll be so real. There's a way I can just partner myself or deal with myself.
You want to
Yeah.
deal with it
I was just
yourself.
gonna deal with
Yeah,
myself, to be honest. It's easier for me.
I hear that. That's very
But then, my thing is, I feel like I'd rather go to my family about the situation.
cute.
But like, innit?
Yeah, I don't know. I still feel like, but for me anyways, because this might not be for every other person's family, but I feel like my family's got me. Like 100, like that's blood. But obviously that might not be the same for any other family, like I will say again. But it's like, I feel like I can trust my family that, okay, they're not going to snake me they're not going to tell next man my business. I know. The worst my mother tells my dad, my business. Even if I tell her don't tell him, she will still tell him. But it's better than I'm telling one of my boys and then,
He's gonna go tell.
and he might not intentionally
Say it,
say it,
yeah.
but
Might
like
just
he
be
might
like-
use it as an
That's even the worst
example.
part,
Yeah.
Like, they might even intentionally say, they might just be doing pillow talk with her.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like,
literally.
yeah.
Literally. But even at that, like the reason, like my family is still my family. Like I would still use my mom, my sister as counseling as well. You know what I'm saying? Because they're seeing it from a different perspective. But the reason I need my boys to be so on point is because they're living the same life I'm living.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're going
yeah,
through the same shit that I'm going
It's like
through.
first-hand
So you'll actually understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I'm saying some of the stuff that I'm going through to my mom, she'd be like, no, maybe don't do this or do it like this or do it like that. And I'm like, nah, you
Yeah.
don't understand.
You don't get it, yeah.
You just don't get
She's
it like
trying
that.
to understand, but she just
You know what I'm saying? And I don't get it twisted. I'll still take that information in, like, okay, this is how you would handle
Yeah.
it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why you need your boys to be in tune.
I
My
agree.
True.
I agree.
especially people that like, let's say a boy has gone through the same thing or something, or has seen the same
Yeah.
thing, or has experienced
Yeah.
the same thing. That's like,
And sometimes you don't even need to go through it to learn as well. I'm a very big
Facts.
believer in that. Sometimes like take someone else's like lesson and you learn as well. You don't really need to inflict yourself into the
But I
thing.
feel like as well, it's also big on, like Kizzy was saying, your circle. I feel like your circle is, I feel like people underestimate it. And it's like, it's so important. Like, you really like, you need to G-check your circle, bro. I need to be like, what are you, man? Need to know what they run like. What is the, do you have this, like, maybe not similar goals, but like, do they have goals even?
yeah,
Like,
goals are more.
and morals, like, are they ambitious? Like, what do you want to do? Like, and it's okay to have these. I feel like some guys think like it's cringe to, you know, talk to the circle about, or talk to the friends about like these kind of situations, but it's not like deep. Me and my circle, we have these conversations nearly every day, and we can see that, you know, we're not where we want to be, but we can see progress.
Even when I'm around you, like I tell you, I was
Bro.
going home and I'm like, I need to do better. 'Cause,
Do you
like,
get, like,
these are our madness. I
Bro.
go home and I'm like, I need to change my life.
them ones are like, when I feel unmotivated, all I just need to do is call one person
Yeah.
on my contact, and I'm out of bed. Like, I posted on my story, oh, I'm feeling unmotivated. Ben sent me one voice note. He said, if you don't get out of bed now, he said, you
That's
better
what
get
to
out
do.
of bed. And bro, I got out of bed and I got shit done. You get me?
I know that's right.
So, but like, yeah, I feel like your circle is very, very important. And if you don't got the right circle, you need to go and
move.
find a new one.
Yeah,
Get me?
you need to move. So, guys, last piece of, if you could see Faji 3-5 years ago, or Kitan, or OP, what would you say to him?
Say go.
Yeah, what would you say to him if you could see him 5 years ago, knowing what you know now?
Good question.
Bang gym, bro. Niggas gonna test you. Bang gym, bro.
That's real shit, man. That is real.
Nah, but
It'll probably be what my parents be telling me. Like, in terms of, like, don't tell, like, as much as your circle is key, still try and keep things to yourself in terms of what you want to do.
that's a big one.
Like, not that not everybody is happy for you, but not everybody is happy for you.
Heavy on.
The same way you're happy for
The same way you're happy for yourself.
My
Like,
mom always
nobody's
says
got you
something.
like you do, bro.
You only know your own heart.
Do you get?
You don't know nobody else.
So, but that's not to say that, oh, let's say you have a friend that like is good in that kind of area, like you shouldn't share it. But maybe at the start, like, see how you're gonna do it and maybe start on it, and then, you know, don't always be so eager to tell people good news or your ideas. No matter how good you think the intentions are, just chill back a little bit, think back a little bit, and then, you know, and then watch who you're telling it to.
Yeah.
That's what I would say, anyways.
Words of wisdom. And then, OP?
3 years ago or 5 years ago, Carl, they were different people.
You can do both.
3 years ago, 3 years ago, I would say to myself, 3 years ago, I would say don't lose sight of what's really important. And not what you think is important, but what's actually important, because there's a difference, and you're going
Big
to learn
one.
that in the next 3 years what's important and what you think is important. So make sure you differentiate the two, focus on what actually is important, drown out what isn't, and just go from there. 5 years ago, we just like, I don't know, probably clothes and shit, but like,
I love that.
well, yeah, what was it? 17. I know actually 5 years ago, something about like just broaden your shoulders, because you never really know how much you can take on until you actually take it on.
True.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? So
That's
Don't
right.
be afraid to take
yeah,
that leap.
facts, because it'll shock you. You can get there in 5 years' time, and actually you're like in a position or you're doing stuff that you.
Like, it will shock you how your
Yeah.
mind works when you've thrown yourself in the
Focused.
deep
Do
end.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
whereas
yeah.
5 years ago, you're thinking hardly.
You
or
could
there's
There's
never.
no way that I'm
all
going
your
to be doing
skills.
this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That same thing you thought you could never. You're literally
like,
walking out of it.
Like me and some of the boys, we'd have goals set for like the end of the year, but in 2-3 months we'd pattern. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're like, oh wow. So this, like, when we actually put our mind to something, this is
Yeah.
what we can do.
Yeah.
Like, your mind is a lot stronger than what you think.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's the key navigator to your life. If you can pattern your mind, the rest is easy.
Facts.
No cap.
Yeah. Guys, that was so wholesome. Wow.
Car one.
That was so cute.
That
Thank you
that
guys
was
so
good,
much for coming.
Anytime. Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
Appreciate it. For real.
Appreciate.
Thank you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the
Follow
video.
Charter Group
Follow
Faji
Too
Designs.
Good
Let them know.
and Faji Designs.
Let them know.
and Nairobi House.
Nairobi. Shout out Nairobi. Shout out DK.
Period.
On the G thing.
And
Cap.
make sure you guys vote in the next election.